Oh boy. Boy. Let's not waste any time because a lot of things happened in last night's episode. So let's begin with Marissa and Edward.
Even that we are in a better place right now, I'm still thinking about it. Like, do you feel that I'm another kid? I'm a 32-year-old man to have the control of everything.
Nobody in their 30s, nobody even in their 20s, wants to feel like they're in a relationship with somebody that makes them feel like a child. Nobody wants that in any shape or form. So I can understand Edward's frustrations with Marissa right now. This is why I'm happy that he said, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm going to stand up for myself. And I'm going to let her know how this is making me feel. The question is, how does Marissa react to it?
Like, listen, I'm going to take the control of everything. Oh, like how to handle things.
For you to be productive somehow in life. You know, like there are things that I just feel like I'm looking for, like in a strong man.
You know, Marissa said to him, when he said that, listen, I want to be the man now. I am the man. She said, oh, that's cringe. But then she says in the same conversation, for you to be a strong man. So why is that not cringe? There's a double standard going on here. Or am I wrong? Let me know. Am I moving mad? But the matter of the fact is, all he's doing is letting you know that he wants some respect from you. And all he's saying is at the end of the day, he's only just arrived in America. So therefore, he needs a little bit of time to just get to understand the new culture. He's in a different location, never been before. He has no friends, no family here. He hasn't got a job yet because he can't work because of the visa. All right. He spent some of the time in Pennsylvania. Now he's coming to New York for the first time to see you in your working environment. Give him a chance to just soak in the air and also give him a chance to actually plan what he wants to do, because to be fair, because he can't work, he's got nothing but time. But you see Marissa, she just wants to make things hard for him.
Than you as a person, and I do believe that you could be very successful here, but I have yet to see you be successful in your life at all.
You know, if she felt like he's the type of person that cannot he's the kind of person that does not want to be successful. He's somebody that doesn't have goals, doesn't try and go above and beyond. Well, the question then is simple. So why did you decide to bring him to America? Why did you decide to agree to this whole 90-day fiancé journey? Because as a woman that is older and therefore portrays herself more mature, you should have been able to suss these things out way before. But instead of sussing them out, you enjoyed the honeymoon phase, and now he's in America and reality hits that he's now actually experiencing you in a different light in terms of your kids, your work, all that. But the thing that she has to understand is that you've put him in an environment where you're busy, but an environment that he cannot be busy in as of right now. But of course, she's not talking about work necessarily. She's saying that she needs him to be a bit more productive at home. Needs him to be doing certain things and have more urgency, which to be fair, I can agree to a certain degree. But the way she goes about it is very, very rude, very, very unhealthy, very, very disrespectful. And Edward has every right to understand her for himself.
If you don't get me that respect that I need, we're not gonna get married.
Is like I'm so hyper independent because I'm terrified of being let down by people. I just like do everything myself because
hyper dependent, terrified other people may just let her down. Listen. When you have been independent for a long time, it's understandable for you to feel a bit nervy about bringing someone into your life, especially if you are a parent as well, you know, because you know you've got to navigate two boys. You've also got to navigate an ex-husband. Well, don't have to navigate him per se, but you've still got these appearances here, there and everywhere, okay? I can understand being independent to the point where you've had to be in your mask era for such a long time because you've been in a single position as a single parent, just to add on top of that. But if you say to yourself, you know what, I want to actually start dating somebody, that's the moment that you say to yourself, I'm now going to start being open to letting someone in. I'm now going to start being open to allowing someone to come in and allow me to be my feminine era rather than my masculine era. I'm going to allow someone to come in and at least give them a chance to prove to me that they're the man that's going to come in and show me that the type of man that I want still exists. The type of man that I need still exists. But instead of doing that, she's too busy judging him. She's too busy treating him like a freaking child. Now, I've already said before that Edward definitely has certain tendencies that I do agree a bit, but it doesn't mean he doesn't deserve a chance. And that's the issue here. She's not letting this man breathe. He just arrived, woman. But again, though, even though he's just arrived, you had a chance before him arriving into America to at least court him, but you didn't. You enjoyed the honeymoon phase.
Because like I don't want to be disappointed.
Edward had this response to our conversation. It really made me open my eyes that I'm putting so much pressure on things instead of just giving us the time just to enjoy each other's company.
You know, at this moment in time, I thought to myself, God damn, Marissa is actually taking accountability. And then she says this.
I don't have a lot of time to assess if this is the right decision for me. And if he would have been more prepared when he got here, then I wouldn't have this high level of anxiety that he's...
And then she goes back and backtracks on that accountability. If he had been more what? More prepared. Hold on a bit. What if you had been more prepared in terms of how you could have courted the whole relationship with him? What if you'd be more prepared to get to really know who he is as a person before bringing him to America? But here's the fun fact though. She did court him a little bit. She did obviously, you know, recognize his patterns a little bit. How? Do I know this? Because if she didn't, then how would she know that he's somebody that so far since she's known him, he's never really been motivated to succeed in anything? So she's obviously been very aware of his personality, been very aware of who he is. But something tells me that maybe when they were together, don't want to get this wrong. I believe it's the DR. If I'm wrong, that's where he's from. Please correct me. But when she was obviously in his homeland, maybe he was very... what's the word I'm looking for here? Maybe each time she asked for something, he was very quick. But okay, I'll do it. So maybe because he gave her that energy, she thought that, this is probably someone that I can mold and make him into what I need him to be. So that's why she probably thought, yeah, I'll bring him to America and I'll just mold him real quick. But unfortunately, she's like, hold a minute, mold him isn't as easy as I thought. I mean, listen, that's just a theory. Who knows? Who knows what her intention truly was when it came to actually wanting to be Edward? But because right now, nothing is clear, nothing is making sense on her accord. Because everything that she does is simply complain, and gives this man no chance to even breathe any air to actually get to terms with new things. At the end of the day, she needs to recognize that he's left one country for a whole other country that is completely different to his country, and things can easily be overwhelmed for him. He's gone from a place where maybe he was living life a bit more relaxed to now moving to a house where there's a whole lot more structure because there's kids around and also because that's the person you are. But you have to give the boy a chance. My apologies. You have to give the man a chance to get used to that. But hey, let me know your thoughts. Oh, that reminds me. I have now started to... I put myself on TikTok. Reality Madness is the name at this moment in time. So please feel free to check me out because you will be seeing more content there. That isn't necessarily just 90 Day Fiance, but it'll be around other reality TV shows also. Please do check me out on TikTok. But let's move on to the next one. And this one is all about Mallorie and Rasit. Let's dive into what's going on with these two.
Happy to get you things.
This is just shop
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. It adds up really quick.
You know, it's interesting though. She shows him, listen, I've been spending a lot of money and I'm just letting you know this is the current situation right now. These are the bills that are coming out. I need you to be sympathetic and I need you to rein it down on the spending because she's been buying a lot of things for him for his workshop. This is his response.
And this is just some of the bills. Like, there's a lot more.
Yeah.
My grocery bill has doubled since you're being here.
Write something. Every month I need to send money.
Every month.
Yeah.
So instead of trying to sympathize with her or to understand the situation, he says, oh, but let me add something else though. I need you to send 100 to 150 back home to my family. Okay, let's be fair. No. Let's be lenient. Okay, she knows that this man said, I need money to be sent back to my family. All right, cool, we can do that. But how can we do that? Very simple. It means we have to cut down on other expenses. His response should have been, okay, I'm going to help you cut down on expenses because I'm going to not ask for so much more things anymore. But I need to, we'll cut down expenses, but I still appreciate you to still send money to my family. But this is the problem. There's no respect in this relationship because he didn't even ask her nicely. He just said, I need you to. Not, I would appreciate if you could, if you can. Okay, because I do need this, but it'd be nice if you can. No nice words. And I don't want to hear nothing about language barrier. I don't want to hear nothing about language barrier because, boy, we've seen he's not the first Turkish person to be on the show. He's not the first foreign person to be on the show. Okay, and we know that sometimes when people say certain things, they say how they mean it. If you ask me personally, he has mentioned money back home multiple times. So he knows what he's saying. And he needs to learn that if he wants respect from his wife to be, he needs to also show respect in return. But let's continue.
150.
That I'm throwing this in
Yes,
your face, but
you do
that's not
this.
what I'm doing.
Yeah, you think like this. I don't care your money. I don't care
That's not what I'm saying.
your pay.
I mean, listen, even though she's saying that's not what she's saying, your reaction is clearly showing that you don't care about her financial situation. And I must say this though, because I know there's a lot of people who do not like Mallory, which is fine, I understand why. But I will say this though, if the shoe was on the other foot, the energy will be a whole lot different if it was him being in her shoes and she was in his shoes. Let's just put it, I'm just going to put that out there.
I'm stressed right now. The money issue is a big thing. And I'm married. Do you know what a prenup is?
What? You broke my...
So she broke his heart because she decided to mention a prenup. I mean, listen, prenups are very, very, very sticky situations because you see, there are people who are very accustomed to what a prenup is, even a postnup. But then there's people where prenups, postnups, they don't exist in their countries. Not that they don't exist, but they're not a thing. Like a prenup, postnup, it's not a thing here in the United Kingdom. I can tell that now. I'm not saying people don't get one. I'm just saying it's not a thing, as in like, it's rare you're going to hear about it, right? In the States, different conversation you're going to hear about it all the time because that's where I hear about it all the time. He's from Turkey, where obviously, clearly, that's not a thing. It's not a thing that you heard of. So his reaction, I understand it. I understand him saying that you break my heart by bringing this up. Because why would you want to do this? Because this is not what we do. I understand it. But the question is though, is he willing to understand why she decided to bring up a prenup? Let's dive into it.
Hearts right now.
I've never seen a marriage work in my life. I've only seen the bad stuff.
So unfortunately for herself, she's only ever been in life where her parents got divorced, said people around her, she's never seen a relationship or a marriage actually be successful for the long haul. Everybody always ends up having divorce at some point. So therefore she's been exposed to the knowledge of what happens when a divorce comes. So therefore, because she's in a situation right now with a man that in her eyes doesn't seem to be very sympathetic to her bank account, because all he cares about is things that he wants for his workshop, and all he cares about is money for sending home, and all he cares about is money for a budget, all these things, and so much to the point he's even asking her to take money out of her accident account, which she's saving for a rainy day, which respectfully makes a lot of sense. So because he hasn't shown no energy of really caring, I fully understand why she wants a prenup now, why this feeling has now been triggered. Now, of course, the prenup isn't actually necessarily the answer, because at the end of the day, you can get a prenup, but it doesn't mean, all it means, at least you know, when if you get divorced, things are going to be settled, which is fine. But the real solution that really needs to be done here is that they need to be able to find a middle ground of understanding each other's differences in finances and how it needs to happen, how it needs to be handled for the foreseeable. Because if they don't, then that means they'll get married and the divorce is going to happen regardless, with or without the prenup. Something that obviously needs to be taken more seriously in the conversation.
It's not about distrust. It's just about what I've been through and what I feel like I should protect myself with. I want my money.
Yeah.
Then what's the issue with signing a prenup then?
This is if broke up.
Yeah.
We
Split
yeah.
half.
Of course, like I said before, obviously where he's from, you split things no matter what. If you break up, it's split. That's it. There is no you get more, you get that. Or at least that's not what he's accustomed to. Which, to be fair, is a fair thing. But at the same time, though, right now, what does he have a value that is worth her gaining from him if they were divorced? If anything, he's going to gain from hers. So I do understand. But again, though, if the shoe was on the other foot, this conversation would be very, very interesting.
Like, yeah.
I'm just trying to be
Don't try to be, please.
on the wrong thing.
No. You're focused on breakup. I focus on marriage.
Okay, whatever. Enjoy.
I want to know your thoughts on that. You're focused on breakup. I'm focused on marriage. What do you think of that? Give me your thoughts. For me personally, that statement came from a place of miscommunication and misunderstanding each other. But let me know. I gotta know what you're thinking. I gotta know. But now we're gonna move on to the next one, and boy, this has got to be. Oh, this is a tough one. We have so many disrespectful cast members this season, and right now for me, I've got two who are the top two most disrespectful so far, and this is one of them. The question is, now I'm showing you who this one is. I already know you know who the other one is. Out of those two, who is the most disrespectful cast member so far? But let's dive into why she is one of those.
Yeah, you need to.
I got a child.
Who your fiance? You need to apologize for that.
That's
Sorry.
me.
I
I'm
didn't
not
like
gonna
it.
apologize because
For
it
real.
was aggravating me.
So tomorrow.
So just to clarify there, if you saw in that clip, they were holding hands. She got upset, so therefore she just whipped his hand away, rudely in public. And he's saying you should apologize for that. There was no need for that. And as you heard her say, I'm not going to apologize for that. But you see, with Aisha, her issue is that everything is a double standard. She can do one thing, but he cannot do it neither. Let's pay attention, because God diddly damn.
If in your hands like that,
That's
right?
fine. If that's what you feel like
You're
you need
gonna
to
be
do.
good.
That's fine.
You sure? Things to be done the right way. I want peace between you and my family.
Disrespecting your family. You're not
You better not.
Hush.
I'm not disrespecting your family. And he says you better not. And she says, hush. 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 And then has the audacity.
Don't tell me to hush again. Just talk.
You think about what you need to think about. You need to decide if you're gonna let this thing with your family go.
Then decides to get up and say, you think about... What the hell did he need to think about? You just told this man to hush. The question that I have is, why is she the one getting up? He should be the one getting up. Let's run that back. Let's run this calamitous of a behavior back. Oh my days.
You're not
You better not.
Hush.
Don't tell me to hush again. Just talk.
You think about what you need to think about. You need to decide if you're gonna let this thing with your family go. So
She needs to think about her attitude.
think about it. The way I want to be treated. When I go back in, I'm gonna let him know like he need to be himself, like be the Maxwell that helped me to make this decision to choose him. And just on you. You've been loved.
Be the Maxwell that helped her make the decision to choose him. Damn. All I can say is this: if there was a line of guys that you was picking from, it looks like Maxwell was the unlucky pick. Clearly.
Loving, you've been peaceful, you've been a good communicator. Sweetie, you've been changing since you've been around your family. You need to let me know now if this is what you want to do. Because if this is not what you want to do, this is the time to say it.
Yeah, you need to.
I got a child.
What I would like to know is this what she wants to do? Why is she still here? Because at the end of the day, you can't even respect the man. You only respect him only when he's submissive to you. Unless he does what you say, you treat him like absolute trash. So she really needs to think long and hard. Does she actually think that she's the kind of person that anyone would want to marry and be with for the long term? She needs to check herself massively. But give me your thoughts. Give me your thoughts. Do you think Aisha is the most rudest cast member of this season? Or do you think it is somebody else? And I already know who the other contender is. But give me your thoughts, please, please, please. But now we're going to move on to the next one. And this one itself in particular is all about Shea and Annabelle.
You need to break up with Nicole. You don't talk to her. I don't want you to see her ever again.
Now, to give you lovely folks some context here, Nicole is the baby mother of his... Yeah, she's the one he was married to, but that's baby mama to... Is it the daughter? Wait. I don't know how many kids Shea has, because I know we've only seen the oldest child, the daughter, right? But I'm sure he must have another child. I'm pretty sure he's another. Either way, though, Nicole obviously is the woman that says that she's gonna go and confront, well, not confront, but she's gonna let Annabelle know the truth about Shea's behavior. And obviously they have a child together or something along those lines. But obviously Annabelle went to his daughter last week, and found out that obviously Shea hasn't been fully truthful about his relationship with his ex. That he still does see his ex. When he goes out drinking and having a good time with his pals, she's there and he flirts and he does all those things. Even says to her, oh, I love you, but you just wouldn't work. So obviously there's a lot of things that's gone down that Annabelle is now being privy to, that she's now being told by his daughter. I believe her name is Shannon, I could be wrong. And because of this is why she wants Nicole to be gone, dusted out of their relationship in any shape or form. Boom, bam, that's it. Which I can fully understand. Now, if Nicole is the mother of Shannon, which I'm still confused about, because this guy, there's been so many women involved with this man's life. Either way, though, your daughter's now a grown-ass person. Therefore, communication with the mother doesn't need to be a thing anymore. And to be fair, there are some people, even now, unfortunately, due to unhealthy co-parenting, some people don't even speak to the other co-parent. They just send the child to nanny, granddad's brother, sister. That child gets picked up from that one. You know what I mean? So therefore, they never actually coexist in any shape or form. So to be fair, it is possible for them to not coexist. But at the end of the day, the question is here: is it fair? Is it fair for Annabelle to put Shea in this position? Well, the question that I have for you is it fair for Annabelle to put Shea in this position? But then the flip side of that question is, but could Shea have avoided putting himself in this position if he had conducted himself differently? You see what I'm saying? Come on now. You got to think about these things. Let's continue.
All together, so I'm always going to have somewhat of an attachment to her. I mean, even if you and I were to run into her, I mean, we can at least say hello.
Why the hell would Annabelle want to say hello? Huh?
I need to cut off her completely.
Whatever you want to do, whatever makes you feel comfortable. I'm done with Nicole.
I do enjoy it, and I do appreciate that at the end of it, he does end up agreeing with Annabelle because it's in his best interest. Annabelle has been a great person for him to meet. His daughter said it so far, and also if you've seen him on social media recently, he's lost a significant amount of weight. He's looking healthier than he is in this season. So Annabelle has definitely been a woman that he needed to keep around. But let's continue though.
Yeah, this is Aspen. This is Annabelle. Aspen's like if I was 21 years old, you would have never been here. No.
Shea, I know he's drunk because he's flirting to a woman right in front of me.
I'm like, hell, I feel my...
Yes, he is, and he should not be doing that. But Shea. This man only knows how to put himself in the deep end.
Pretty pie.
Oh my gosh!
If this is who really Shea is, I don't want to live my life like this.
Nobody would want to live their life like that. Nobody would. Now, we do know that these two end up getting married, which I do believe is probably going to happen at the end of this season. The question is, though, how does Shea overcome all of these boundaries? How does he, officially in the end actually please Annabelle? Because at the end of the day, I can't imagine Annabelle going through the wedding unless Shea was to actually change his ways completely. Because Annabelle is clearly a woman so far that is displayed that she will not tolerate any type of disrespect. And if Shea does not do what he's told for the greater good of their relationship, well, then she may just be off skis. And to be honest with you, everything that she's requested of him so far has made sense. I wouldn't say any of it has been toxic or unhealthy or unfair. Everything has been on point. Especially if you compare the way Ashia is with her situation with Maxwell. That is a whole different level of calamitous nonsense. But let's dive into the last one here. And this one's all about, oh boy, do you know what? Oh my days. I don't know why I didn't think of this one. Yes, talking about the most disrespectful. You know what? I have 3 now that is in my top 3. The question is, who is it? You've already seen Ashia. We've now got Catie, but there's another one who didn't appear on this week's episode, who's also been hella disrespectful this season. These are the top 3 people, if you ask me personally. I want to know which one of those 3 is the most. In fact, rank them 1 to 3. And if you want to, also give reasons why number 1 is 1, why number 2 is 2, and then why number 3 is 3. And who knows, maybe some of you may surprise me and give me a name of people that I didn't see you guys coming of this season. But let's dive into Catie.
Can you tell me what happened last night?
We had that conversation with Ryan.
I remember that.
The bar, and I think you were literally trying to make out with them thing that moves.
Okay.
Imagine being asked to tell somebody what happened last night. And you're telling them that, yeah, basically last night you tried to cheat on me.
Through your head when, you've got a partner who loves you and who you love, and then you have a few drinks and you want to make out with someone else.
I can love you, but also want to kiss everyone else.
Sometimes in life, it's better off just not saying anything. Let's continue.
But even
want to kiss everyone else.
But even when they don't want to, like Mark didn't want to.
I don't want to cross his boundaries.
I don't want to cross his boundaries. Not Josh, the man that she's engaged to. The other dude, Mark. Even though she was crossing his boundaries, Mark was literally saying to her, get off me. You're engaged. Pushing her away. You was trying to cross his boundaries.
But you're crossing my boundaries.
Once I'm comfortable and when they come, will they hang out with me ever again?
I'd like it and we could talk about us.
The insane level of disrespect is crazy business.
I've definitely lost friends because of things I've done when I'm drinking. And I'm really ashamed about it, and it's hard to talk about.
Is anybody convinced that she's ashamed about it?
I will be sad if anyone abandons me. I worry all the time that I'll lose Josh.
The fact that she's more bothered about everybody abandoning her more than Josh abandoning her is crazy work. Absolutely, utterly disgusting work.
And I'm worried I'll push him away by my actions.
Like, I want to feel cared about and loved. And like stuff like last night, even that it's not even the first time. And in fact, it was a lot worse than some other times.
Let's repeat that for the camera, please. Repeat that for the camera, please.
Like, stuff like last night, even that it's not even the first time. And in fact, it was a lot worse than some other times.
And you're still here. Why are you still here? You need to skedaddle. You need to bounce. You need to run. You need to move on. Why are you still here? Oh my diddly daddly diddly days, gosh.
I feel good. That doesn't sit right with me. You about what you want. Because we're getting married.
Why? Why are you still getting married? Why are you still here? I have nothing else to add. Because I fear what's going to come out of my mouth if I start talking. And I don't feel there's anything I need to add. Give me your thoughts on this calamitous nonsense. Can somebody please tell me why has he not left? With that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, hype the video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.